Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
I know we talked about hope before, but I learned something new about biblical hope, so I'd like to share it with you. In the past, we've defined New Testament hope as certain confident assurance that what God says will come to pass will, as opposed to the way we're usually using the word hope in the English language, which implies doubts, more of a desire for something to happen than a certainty. For us, hope is a possibility of something happening, whether or not it's very likely. For example, if I say, "I hope you feel better tomorrow" to someone, I have no idea if they will actually feel better. The person might actually feel worse, but I'm expressing my desire for the improvement in their condition. The New Testament definition of hope is confident expectation, anticipation, and joyful confidence. That's definitely the confidence we have in the promises of God. Our hope for heaven is solidly grounded. We can trust God and stake our lives on anything He has promised. In fact, I heard a handy acronym of hope lately: holding on to promises eternal. What I learned anew about the biblical definition of hope comes from the Old Testament. Hebrew has at least two words for hope. Kavah means to wait actively with anticipation, to live in expectation that God is going to act. Like in Isaiah 40, verse 31, where it says, "Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." That word translated wait also means hope. In fact, it's most often translated wait. The other Old Testament word for hope, yakal, means to wait in stillness and silence, to look expectantly and continually and patiently. It pictures someone looking longingly into the future for a promise to be fulfilled. So far, they're disappointed, but they know it's coming, so they're hoping and waiting. That would be used for Abraham as he waited, trusting God's promises for his son Isaac. That would be used for Simeon and Anna, who waited for the Messiah, the hope of Israel. It could also apply to us, waiting expectantly for Jesus' second coming. So the thing I learned is that hope in the Old Testament implied waiting. It's looking at the long-term perspective, trusting God for future promises. Now, if you put both of those Old Testament and New Testament definitions of hope together, it means the assurance that what God says will happen, even though we're waiting. Like Paul says in Romans 8:24 and 25, we are saved in this hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For why does one still hope for what he sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance. The word hope occurs 143 times in the New King James Version, so we know it's an important concept. Without hope, we can get pretty discouraged. But hope can give us meaning in our life during suffering and trials because we have God's sure promises to cling to. What promises does the Lord use to give you hope in your current trial? Are you waiting eagerly for those promises to be fulfilled?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.